evening everybody and welcome to Craven Park for what promises to be a pulsating Super League clash. Friday the 22nd of May then. Another fantastic season of Super League rugby here at Craven Park, and we'll start off by giving you the visitors today. Fullback is James Ford, and your wing and centre partnership is Michael Wainwright and Michael Shenton. Do the centre wing partnership of James Evan and Kirk Dixon. Your half-backs then are Sione Farmuna and Brent Sherwin, with a front row of Mitchell Sargent, Rangi Chase and Liam Higgins. Second row for the Castleford Tigers today, Brett Ferris and Stuart Jones, and your loose man is young Joe Westerman. On the bench today for the visitors, Craig Hubie, Ryan Clayton, Chris Feather and Ryan Boyle. Now to the all-important members of our first team squad, they're not going to take to the field for the Robins today. Your fullback as usual is England's number one, Sean Briscoe. On the wing today for Rovers is Peter Fox, neglected by the England but loved by the Rovers. Inside him is Jake Webster. On the other centre then we've got Chris Wellham, and outside of him is young Liam Colburn. Half-back partnership as usual today is Paul Cook and Michael Dobson. The on-fire Paul Cook and Michael Dobson, that is. Front row of Nick Fozzard, Daniel Fitzgerald slips in at hooker, and Clint Newton. Second row of the return is Chev Walker, and a much welcome return it is too. He's partnered in that second row by Bengali, and the loose man for Rovers today, the ever-improving Scott Morrell. On the bench for Rovers today then is Mac Ben Fisher waiting to spell with Daniel Fitzhenry, young Scott Wilden and broken leg victim Stanley Jean. If you listened to the Rovers last week, impressive Stanley Jean. Not a young man anymore, but puts his blood on the line for Rovers week in, week out. Special mention today then, of course, for today's two mascots. We have a couple of brothers for you today. We have young Harry Cook. Harry's 10. He goes to St Andrews School in Kirkella. His favourite player is Michael Dobson. He likes playing rugby for the Cottingham Tigers, but he dislikes doing his homework. The second mascot for today then is Harry's younger brother George Cook. He's 8 and he goes to the same school, which is St Andrews in Kirkella, and his favourite player is Sean Briscoe. He likes playing rugby also for the Cottingham Tigers, but he dislikes getting up early in the morning. So Dave, fantastic atmosphere at Craven Park. Floodlights are on. Friday night rugby league here at Craven Park. What more do you want? Oh, by the way, another chance to go top of the league, which we happened to do last week at a little place called Wigan. Village outside Lee, I believe.
Indeed, Mike, indeed. It was a great performance last week against Wigan. Contrary to popular reports, we had a massive following of about 3,000, 3,500. Not just my words, but some Warrington fans who joined us for the trip, who were very impressed with the Rovers and the Rovers following. But yeah, great game last week against Wigan. Defence won us the match, in my opinion. The conditions not really conducive to throwing the ball about. As the Castleford Tigers come out, just wait for the mighty Rovers to come out. And tonight's crowd is massive, with a fairly good following from the Castleford Tigers, making themselves known. Yeah, the young lads who are playing the junior rugby, that's part of the support in the build-up to the game, giving all the Castleford players, coaches and anybody associated with Castleford a bit of a welcome cheer, shall we say. But yeah, got to admit, quite an impressive following from Castleford there. As out come Hookies and Rovers, led by Sean Briscoe. Stand, West Stand, making themselves heard. So it's going to be Rovers to kick off here. Michael Dobson placing the kicking tee. Let's just hope that Rovers can come up with a defensive performance a la last week of Thou Shall Not Pass. And if they can put it together with some good attacking play like they did against Warrington up in Edinburgh, it'll be almost a perfect performance, mate. Gotta say, conditions are conducive to a good game of rugby, and I think it will be tonight. Nice and dry, very little wind. In fact, dare I say it, quite warm. So Michael Dobson then kicks it off, goes really deep. Ford it is underneath the ball, brings the ball away. Gets more or less to the 10, but it's a great chase from Hulkies and Rovers, and a great tackle there by Chrissy Wellham. Castleford, who have had a very good start to their second season in Super League, got a lot of plaudits, and quite justifiably so. Rovers, as usual, flying under the radar, and I for one, am not that bothered about that. I'm quite happy he was flying under the radar. Castleford it is, trying to bring the ball away, just getting it more or less to the 30-metre line. Taking the kick early on the 4th. It's a big deep kick. Sean Briscoe's underneath it, and it's a decent chase as well by Cat. But Briscoe shows and goes, makes it to the 40. And it was a very good defensive set there by Hull Kingston Rovers, setting out the stall early. Peter Fox it is, bringing the ball away, as is his customary now. Peter Fox. Then it'll be, Nick Fozzard for a change. Usually it's Liam Colburn that's stepping in there. Fozzard gets it past the halfway line. Fitzhenry is at dummy half, gives it on to Clint Newton. Makes his mandatory 7-8 yards there, does Clint Newton. Rovers just keeping it nice and steady. An early kick from Dobson, going deep into it. I think it might just go dead, is it? Yeah, it just goes dead. Decent kick there from Dobson, a little bit different, broke it up, took the kick early. So Castleford it is with the tap. Bringing this ball away. Good tackling here from Hull KR. It's a good start here, I think, Mike. Good defensive set, getting on top, but silly penalty there, it has to be said by Scott Morrell. But apart from the penalty that's just been given, it's been a solid-ish start.
Yeah, solid-ish, not spectacular, as needs be, Dave. Steady set themselves after a steady set by Castleford, it has to be said. Good kick at the back of their set of 5. Castleford then, boom, that kick just short of the 30-metre line. Rangi Chase taps it there. Big drive from Boyle for Castleford there. Going across the Castleford line there. Big hit by Chev Walker. Great hit there on Sargent by Chev Walker. Rangi Chase just sells a dummy a little bit there. Knock on by Castleford. Kind of beat himself, did there. Nick Fozzard then receives the ball. Brought down on the 0 tackle just after the 10-metre mark. Give a little knock on there against the man in the back-to-half position. No, man playing the ball, Nick Fozzard, just to knock that ball on by Mr. Referee, Mr. Gareth Ewer. Heading feed to Castleford it is then, just 15 metres from the Hull Kingston Rovers line. Mistakes will have to be few and far between if they're going to stay in this game tonight. Castleford not shy on throwing that ball around, creating some good moves and some good yards for themselves, scoring a lot of tries this season. Put the ball under the head and feed at the scrum. Shenton has a run, doesn't really get anywhere. Brought down by Colburn and Briscoe, 12 metres short of the Rovers line. Again, Castleford not frightened to use the line. Brett Ferris there, once targeted by Rovers, if so we're led to believe, passes that ball out. And once again, a great run there. Ex-Hull player Liam Higgins having a go. Rangi Chase there, selling it away once, twice. Bouncing off tacklers. Michael Shenton doing the same, but ultimately brought down 6 metres from the Hull Kingston Rovers try line. Rangi Chase gets the ball then, passes it out wide. Sherwin with a little kick through. Now wrong with that. Man and ball tackle. Christian Wellham. Oh, he's got a goal! High tackle, he knew what he was doing. Christian Wellham was low to the floor, swinging arm, right over the top of the running man. Now then, Mr. Ewer, you've been given a big stage. Be a big man. Do what's right. Yeah, he'll probably cross his arms in front of his head and say, I'll take the chicken's way out and give it on report. And does so. No, he doesn't even put it on report. Penalty to Rovers then. We all get a bit excited, I'm sure that's what I've just done. Penalty to Rovers, 15 metres from their own line. Paul Cook will kick to touch. Does so. My colleague has just pointed out Christian Wellham was going down to the floor a little bit. Paul Cook then, massive kick. Colburn passes it inside there. Fitzhenry will tap it and gives it to Nick Fozzard. Will be hungry to atone for his error just 2 minutes ago. Over the halfway line then into Castleford Tigers territory. Scott Morrell receives the ball. Takes a good little drive up there to the 40-metre line. Rovers looking for some forward momentum early on in this game. Dobson gives it inside to Clint Newton. Caught in the tackle, but Castleford are judged offside at that play the ball. Rovers it will be then, would imagine would kick to touch. Michael Dobson takes charge and says, give us the ball. We'll go to touch. Takes his mark. Yeah, just pops that one into touch. 15 metres from the Castleford line. Hull Kingston Rovers then looking to take an early lead here at Craven Park. Castleford having the first chance to do so. Couldn't do so. Can Hull Kingston Rovers put the first points on the board? Fozzard there then, slow to get up. Fitzhenry. Bit of a long pass there, great pass. He's going to go pop inside. Sean Briscoe. Pass out wide, Peter Fox. Peter Fox, and he will score. the far side. It's been a bit of a bad spell for Peter Fox. He's just made up for it in 5 minutes here at Craven Park. Makes the score Hull Kingston Rovers 4, the Castleford Tigers 0.
Feed the Fox and he will score. Great play by Hull Kingston Rovers. Quick play the ball, got it out wide. Lovely link-up play. Lovely little run around. Briscoe with a nice pass there, straight to the breadbasket of the on-rushing Peter Fox, who was straight in at the corner. Great score for Hull Kingston Rovers. Yeah, we think Peter Fox might be quite happy with that one to be off the mark once again. They just dropped down ever so slightly in the East Stand, giving it the full England's number 2, referring to the fact he should be in England's team possibly as one of the wingers. So Michael Dobson it is with the conversion attempt. Way out on the 21 metre line, way on the touchline there. East Stand will let us know. East Stand will let us know as soon as the ball's hit, if that's going to go over. So Michael Dobson, complete miss it. A rare miss it from Michael Dobson. So the score here remains at Craven Park. Hull Kingston Rovers 4, Castleford Tigers 0. No, Mike, I don't think we'll be dropping Michael Dobson for just one missed conversion. Mike's saying he's not happy with Michael Dobson actually missing for a change. So Castleford with a big kick-off, very deep. Morrell watched it well and was right underneath it. Give the ball to Nick Fozzard, who ran it back at pace. 3-man tackle there from Castleford. Remaining strong. Moving up quickly. Liam Colburn absolutely monster there. And another 3-man Castleford Tigers tackle. Fitzhenry it is. Gives the ball on to Michael Dobson. Who turn, flicks it out to Bengalia, who is stopped again. It's a 3-man. Very strong defence here from Castleford Tigers so far in this set. Clint Newton, the mean machine, bounces off one, bounces into another, makes another 10 yards there just. It's a quick run from Fitzhenry, breaks through one, gets away and gets it to the more or less halfway line. It's a 5th tackle. What are Rovers going to do with it? Dobson takes the kick, he puts it down deep. Ford goes and drops it, and I'm pretty sure that one was given a knock on. I have to say, I think Mr. Hewitt got that one correct. You could quite clearly see the ball bouncing forward there. Very unlucky for James Ford, who's come in at fullback for Castleford Tigers and done a decent job so far, but just knocking on there from a deep kick from Michael Dobson. So far, Rovers starting to exert a little bit of pressure here, showing the signs of a good defence and attacking. Looking quite good. Starting to put the pressure on this Castleford Tigers side. Clint Newton it is. Runs it back at pace. Michael Shenton there. Bounced backwards by Clint Newton. Jake Webster at dummy half. Gives the ball inside to Scott Morrell, who in turn gives a bit of a hospital pass onwards there to, I think it was Nick Fozzard, who is promptly bundled to the floor. Bengalia has a little run, straightens it up. A little steadier there, gets it to the 22-23 metre line. Rovers knocking on the door once again, trying to get inside the red zone. Good play there. Chev Walker did really well, offloaded it. Daniel Fitzhenry ducking and a diving, wheeling and a dealing, trying to do his best impression of Stan the man. Rovers now inside the red zone, about 13 metres out from that Castleford try line. Dobson then gives the ball to Scott Morrell, gives it inside to Jake Webster, who bounces through and was looking for the offload with the onrushing there. Sean Briscoe looking for the corner try. 5th tackle it is. Big pass out to Scott Morrell. Scott Morrell avoids one. Big crossfield kick, and that could go anywhere. Oh, and it's well taken. He's taking the mark. He's taking the mark. Rovers are going to have to be quick here. And that was well played there by number 2, Kirk Dixon. Took the ball really well. Quick running, took a quick tap and gained over 10 metres. Rangi Chase giving that ball out to number 21, Simone Faumina. I'll get that right eventually. Mike's laughing his head off, but I'm just waiting for him to pronounce it later on. Rovers here trying to get this Castleford Tigers team down. It's the 5th tackle. Castleford Tigers keeping the ball alive quite well. It's a big high kick. Sean Briscoe's underneath it. Old safe hands himself takes it. Decent chaser from Castleford Tigers. Sean Briscoe, old safe hands, England's number 1. Rovers looking to bring this ball away quickly. Liam Colburn quickly into the action once again. Well marshalled though by a very tight Castleford defence. Try scoring now, Peter Foot gets another couple of yards there quickly. Here comes Chev Walker, spins out of one, he's taken in a 2-man tackle. Henry gives the ball out to the wing. Well, that could go anywhere, and surely that's going to be a Rovers ball. It is, and the tackle count. Fitzhenry stealing the ball back, making sure it was a Rovers ball, because we weren't sure whether Mr. Hewer there was going to wipe the tackle count clean. Rovers spinning this ball well, gets it out to Chris Wellen. But Fitzhenry doing well there to get the ball back, tackle count back down to 0. Dobson then gives the ball inside to Clint Newton. Bounces off one, but he's stopped by 2 Castleford Tiger defenders. Oh, quickly going from one side of the pitch to the other. Oh, and it's a great run through. Jay Webster takes him on. Oh, now I'm pretty sure if Jake had looked to the side, he could have offloaded it. But if this is a quick pass out to the side, it could be a try for Rovers. Oh, well, I think they've been better off passing it through hands. As it stands, it's a tap to Castleford, but Mike, I think that'd have been better off going through hands, that.
Yeah, quite possibly, but they're trying something different there, which is always good to see. Hull Kingston Rovers then with much more emphasis than the Castleford Tigers at the moment here at Craven Park. And Castleford Tigers taking the ball forward, brought down on the 40-metre mark. Longer chase again, going to acting half. Ooh, big tackle there from Clint Newton and Chev Walker downstairs. Yeah, it's felt like one who was feeling the last tackle though. That's going to go straight out on the full. No, it's a great tackle. It's a great kick that. I don't think it's a 40-20, I think he kicked it just after the 40, if I'm honest with you. No, it's not a 40-20, ref. No, I didn't think it was. It was inside the, well, just short of the Rovers half of the field really. So, head and feet then to Rovers on the 10-metre mark. Good start, good solid start here from Rovers. Back from the early knock on by Nick Fozzard. It's been much about Rovers' possession and play early here at Craven Park. Got ball down and feed the scrum. Does so. Pops out nicely, and Chris will have another run. Bounces off the first tackle. Attempted tackle there by James Evans on the far side. Missed out pass there. Clint Newton will go again. He drops his shoulder, tries to go for the gap, can't do so. Brought down in the 2-man Castleford Tigers tackle. Scott Morellan again comes on the blind side. Chev Walker having a run, bangs one off. Big Chev Walker's back in town and he's letting everybody know about it. Looking fit and ready to go is Chev, good to see. Big Fozzard then. Fozzie's hard, runs with that ball in hand. Takes it just over the 40-metre mark. Couple of tackles left for the Robins. As Daniel Fitzhenry looks for a gap. Just ultimately brought down on the halfway line. 3-man Rovers tackle. Last tackle against the Robins it is. Scott Morrell will look to kick the ball and does so. Bangs it up that far touchdown. It's going to stay in play though. James Ford has to go back and pick that ball up and does so. Scored a great try against the Hull at Edinburgh, I seem to remember. With Mr. Ford. 2-man Rovers tackle, then bring him down. Dixon on that far side. Hammer to the ground somewhat. Ooh, that looks like a dog's hind leg. Did that line from Rovers then? You can see it. With people all over the place, and Rangi Chase has got options. Bounces off his legs, left and right. Chased by Bengalia, can't be brought down. Young Shenton receives the ball. Ultimately and finally, Clint Newton pulls him to ground. Rangi Chase it is again then. Ooh, he's nearly knocked that ball on then. Did Sayedi from me there? Thank you, Dave. Sargent then. Mitchell Sargent. Brought down on last tackle against the Castleford Tigers, and 30 metres from the Rovers line. Brent Sherwood receives the ball, will put a skyer up, does so. Sean Briscoe watches it as studiously as ever, moves his body slightly. Ooh! Bit of a swinger down there from Brent Sherwood. Not looked at by Mr. Hewer, obviously not important. That must have been offside. No, it wasn't offside. Never stood straight for me, but there you go. Mr. Hewer's the referee, and let's all play to him. Fitzhenry there, bangs it out so. Liam Colburn. These two wingers, of course, fantastic workers for Rovers in bringing that ball away from their own line. It's not about scoring tries all the time. Big McKenny Joe receives the ball. Another swinging arm from the Castleford Tigers. Fitzhenry looking for a gap, looking for chinks in the armour. The Castleford Tigers armour, last tackle against the Robins then. Michael Dobson bungs that kick into this far corner. Will it hold up dead this time? Every other kick's gone dead. Could just run dead that one. No, it's going to stay in the field of play. Fantastic kick. Oh, all that good works went to waste a little bit. Still, Scott Morrell did get his man 10 metres from his own line. Now there's a few too many tacklers bouncing off the would-be tacklers, and James Ford does the same to McCarthy. Got to wrap him up in these tackles. Can't run without the legs, Rovers, or so they say. There we go again then, massive hit from McCarthy. Never seen that before. Rangi Chasen, always dangerous. Michael Shenton called up to the England squad, I believe, and most deserved. Brought down Jake Webster, stays down though. Off the back of that tackle. Westerman receives the ball, and young Wellham on that far side. Much vaunted for that this season, Wellham coming out the line and banging his man, and he did so again. Last tackle then against the Castleford Tigers. Got to watch that 40-20, and Clint Newton will be looking to do so. Yeah, it's a great take again by England's number one fullback. He's going to jock his head. No, he's going to just run straight at his two-man, three-man tackles. Rovers then with ball, 35 metres from their own line. Dobson passes it wide to Liam Colburn. Will have a run as usual. There's some massive metres there from Liam Colburn from a pretty static start. Lifted up the legs and messing about with them a little bit there. Another effort from Shenton. Fitzhenry will pop it off to the blind side to Clint Newton. A much underused tactic for me, the blind side. Your big men running blind. This time used well. Scott Morrell. Fozzard. Dips his shoulder. Takes the tackle. 35 metres from the Castleford line. Couple of tackles left for the Robins. What they got in the tank here, what they're going to use, what they're going to do, something different. Cookie puts a little kick in. Chris Wellham's chasing this hard. It's there for the second for Chris Wellham. Will he get tackled behind his own post? No, it's fantastically well done by, I think it's Dixon on that far side. It is so. Another Hexhall player in this Castleford Tigers lineup, along with Liam Higgins. Rangi Chase just dancing a merry dance around Paul Cook there for a second, but he's brought down just 10 metres short of his own line. Foul meter then goes to acting half. Ball passed into the middle of the field again. We're a good steady 5-6 metres in bed by the Castleford Tigers. Just short of the 20 then. Turns the ball back in on itself, and Falmina will be looking for an offload. So hope he doesn't get it. He does not. Brought down by Paul Cook's legs. Again another kick, another early kick. This time by Rangi Chase, but Sean Briscoe in the right place at the right time again for Hull Kingston Rovers. 8 metres short of the halfway line then Dave, and Rovers on the attack again.
It's a good solid half from Rovers so far. Starting to gain the territorial and possession chances. Bit round the chops that one. Castleford bit round the chops with some of their tackles. There's a few swinging arms in there as Macca runs it in with a steadier. Rovers just need to be a bit taking the ball a bit deeper. And finally Castleford get penalised for a bit of messing about to play the ball, as they have been for much of this half, to be honest. But Rovers taking it on the chin. Paul Cook then with hopefully a big penalty, which it is. Kicks it more or less into the 25 metre line. Rovers knocking on the door once again, winning the territorial battle, and probably possession as well. Good run in there by big Nick Fozzard. Bengalia then looks to give the ball on to Macca, who gets inside that 10 metre line. Rovers inside the red zone yet again, looking to capitalise on the good play, and penalty so far. Scott Morrell saw a half gap, went for it. Dobson takes it in. He got one round the chops again from the Castleford defence, which has been solid. Fitzy gives it out to Clint. Play on, says the referee. Clint doing the YC. He could have kept running and then got blown for obstruction. Did the YC, just stopped in his tracks. Referee waved it on. Good play there by Clint Newton. Rovers now trying to give this ball some air. Oh, what was that? What was that? Luckily it's still gone backwards. Scott Morrell then with the ball, gives it on to Clint Newton. Clint Newton with a little kick. Oh, that's got to be a Rovers ball, surely. Yeah, it's a Rovers ball. Come on. That had to be a Rovers ball. Had to be a Rovers ball. He had Castle player knocked on without a doubt, but Cass getting away with it there. They got away with it and they're bringing the ball away now. They've made it to the 30 metre line. if anything, at the moment, they're probably getting the breaks in the decisions at Cass at the moment, dare I say it. Not that we want to mention things like that. Rovers there, got to clear out the minds and just keep on with this great defensive effort they've had so far in this first half. Castleford then, just bringing this ball around, just getting over the halfway line for the first time in a while. It's a power play, but it's gone. Oh! He missed it. Liam Colburn, luckily missed that completely. Should be a Rovers head and feed. It is. I started to have heart failure there when it went between Liam Colburn's legs, but unfortunately he didn't touch it. Benefit of hindsight. Not bad play from Castleford trying to do the power play. They were loaded up this near side. Scott Wielden then looking to come on. I would think he'll be coming on for Nick Fozz's hard in the next break of play. Yeah, Liam Colburn it is, running it in. Yeah, Nick Fozzard just coming off and Scott Wielden joining the fray. Fitzhenry then gives the ball out to Bengalia, who runs it in steadily. Gets it to the 25-metre line. Oh, and that was round the neck. Come on, ref. Yeah, Scott Wielden getting one round his chops. Craig Cuby giving Scott Wielden a hello, welcome to this game. But Rovers taking the penalty, another big penalty there, making it to the halfway line. Fitzhenry it is that will take the tap. Takes the tap, gives it on to Scott Morello, who in turn gives it to Michele Alzoui, who tries to sidestep the Russian Castleford defenders. It's a good run in there by Scott Wielden. Macca losing his shorts and flashing everybody. Put it away, Macca. Ooh, and that's a big hit on Scott Morrell, but it was fair. It's in the shoulder. Rovers looking to get something sparking here, and Clint Newton's breaking through. So Briscoe tries to get it inside. One of you dive on it. Oh, and Dobson getting away with it, and the tackle count's been rubbed clear because the Castleford. So Cook gives the ball on. Oh, and Bengalia just ducking through fifth tackle. Sorry, he didn't rub it down, he just said it had gone backwards. Fitzhenry looking to duck and dive and wheelies deal his way to that line. Somehow got it free, but that's going to be the turnover. Bit of a wasted opportunity again there for Rovers, I feel. It's the last tackle, and Fitzhenry went down a bit of a blind alley. He did try and get the ball away, but knocked on in the process. Straightforward handover here, Castleford. Bringing the ball away from their 10-metre line. Rovers defence looking strong. Just as I say that, he gets a drive on and gets over the 20-metre line. Oh, come on. Oh, well, referee see. Referee there giving a penalty against Rovers there. Macca's hand was, well, to be fair, quite obviously in that tackle there. Just helping the ball out. So Castleford with a relieving penalty. Gets it to the halfway line. He stands sort of singing something about Castle being just a small village near Wakefield, which, fair enough. Won't argue with that. Falmina running the ball well tonight. Castleford now with the first real attacking opportunity in this half. And they're going to try and make the most of it. Possible obstruction there, but referee says no. Well, that could go anywhere. And Michael Dobson dives on that ball, bobbling around the legs. Nobody got their hands to it. It was roll around the legs. Did well there to Michael Dobson. Big attempting hit, but Liam Goldman bounces off. Throws one Castleford player off and makes it to the 15-metre line. Did really, really well there, did Liam Colburn. It was a very big hit that came on him, and he saw it coming and spun off it. 3-1 Castleford player. Oh, and that's round the face. Well, nothing given there. There was one right around the face on Jake Webster, but nothing given. Castleford defence doing a strong job here. That's it, get it out wide. Cook looking for the gaps. Offloads it, bit of a dangerous offload, but Chrissy Wellham managed to take that ball. Bit risky, but got away with it. Go on the inside, Michael Thompson. It's not one. Chrissy Wellham on the inside. Chrissy Wellham, it's a straight foot chase from the line. Will Chrissy Wellham make it? No! Just last tackle. It's a fifth tackle. It's a fifth tackle, and it's a. Is it the handover? It's the handover. Chrissy Wellham just not quite with the pace there. Chris Wellham, it was a straight foot trace, and he didn't quite have the pace, and probably gives away a penalty. And Castleford ended up with a very big boot on it, getting it deep into the Rovers half there, onto the 40-metre line. Chrissy Wellham adjusts to not release that ball quickly enough for the referee's liking. East Anglia and the referee know what they think. I'll reserve judgment. So Castleford it is on the Rovers 30 with only maybe their third opportunity to attack this Rovers try line. Dribbling the ball in well. Rangi Chase now at dummy half, gives the ball on to Sherwin. In turn gives the ball on to Ford, who is promptly dumped down to the ground by that man Paul Cook. What an excellent game last week against Wigan, it has to be said. Castleford trying to look for gaps in this Rovers defence. So far the Rovers defence being up to it. Rangi Chase giving that ball on, but he's lost it. He lost it there, did number 11 Brent Ferris. Great tackle there. And the referee giving Rovers the putting for the first knock on by Brent Ferris. Didn't quite take it cleanly enough, did Brett Ferris there, unfortunate for him. But it was a great tackle from Rovers, and so far I've got to say Rovers have been the dominant side, I feel. This is only the third time Castle have been up this end of the pitch, Mike, and defence looking good and strong as it did last week.
It's had to, mate, on the back of some go forward from Castleford. Rovers then play the ball, and Danny Fitzhenry will have a scoop from acting half. Brought down though, just 23 metres from his own line. In a 2 and 3 man Castleford Tigers tackle, and Peter Fox puts his pedal to the metal, has a go himself, and he's brought down 35 metres from his own line. Dobson then, bit of urgency into that play. Scott Wheeldon. It was Scott Wheeldon there making some good yards as Ben Fisher spells Daniel Fitzhenry. What's that ball going to do? It's holding up, it's been a bit tricky for James Ford, but he watches it well and will look to dance around the defenders, doesn't do so. Brought down by Ben Fisher, fresh on the field, fresh legs. Castleford Tigers then will have to work this out from their own line. Wainwright looking to do just that. Has a good run, makes some good yards. 25 metres from his own line. 2-man Rovers tackle, Mikhail Izu and Scott Morrell. Again, Castleford making some good yards forward on the play. Brett Ferris there. Just over the 30 metre mark then, as Rovers get themselves back on side. Chris Feather having a run. Big hit there from Mikhail Izu on Chris Feather. Rangi Chase sells a massive dummy. An exaggerated one if you like, but he's brought down. Dunful Bengalia. Very impressive this season, Bengalia. Done some brilliant things for Rovers. Sean Briscoe watches that fantastically, went into his chest again, into the bread basket as they say. He's brought down. Got a penalty there. Mr. USA is that one. I believe you can grab the legs, but you can't vertically lift the legs. Yeah, as soon as the legs go vertical, that's classed as a penalty, I believe. Well, Mr. RL man's just timed that on the gantry anyway, that's nice of him. Okay, then Rovers boom that kick into touch, 45 metres from the Castleford try line. Chance for Rovers to hit the straps again. Mikhail Izu, as ever, charges into those Castleford Tigers tacklers, 40 metre mark then. Fisher. Off to Scott Wheeldon, make a couple of metres for Rovers towards the Castleford try line. Dobson, what's he going to do? Drops his shoulder, just pops it inside to Scott Morrell. No, he loses that ball in the tackle to Scott Morrell, so no go forward there for Rovers. Castleford Tigers it is with the ball then. Young Joe Westerman, the impressive Joe Westerman. Missed a couple of weeks of the season after being knocked unconscious and going into a fit in the game against St Helens earlier on in the year. Not what you want to see. Rangi Chase sells another exaggerated dummy and gets away with it. And James Evans on that far side tries to make some metres and does so. Strong character for his size is James Evans, but Scott Wheeldon's having none of it and says you will go down, and ultimately he does. Rangi Chase then pops it off again. Chris Feather took a big hit just a while ago from Michaeli Zoo, did Chris Feather, but he's run well. Makes it into the Rovers half of the field then. Sherwin. He's that ball inside. He's brought down there, it's Ferris. They beat inside the Rovers half of the field. Brent Sherwin bumped a ball on. I was almost sure he was going to do that. Oh, it's just brought down there. Last tackle against him. He had to bend down there. Last tackle against the Castleford Tigers then. Ball's kicked wide to that far side and it's been let go by Chris Williamson. Never let a ball bounce, so they say. And that's why. Oh, it looks like he took him out there. I've got to be honest with you, even as a Rovers fan, it looks like he's taking him out. He's going to go to his man. It could be a penalty. Could be a penalty try. That's a rightful penalty in my opinion against the Hull Kingston Rovers. He was taken off that ball. My mate Dave tells me there's no penalty tries anymore, but that was a case for one if ever there was one. Got to be said, the only man that was going to get to that ball was Kate Dixon. Sherwood then taps the ball, puts it inside to Rangi Chase. Chase inside to Chris Feather. Chris Feather going sideways somewhat, but gains some yards. Brought down and a two-man Rovers tackle. It's up to this defence now. This is what wins your games. Defence to win your games, attack by Omani. So can Rovers repel this Castleford attack as well as they did the Wigan side last week at the JJB. That's a great pass. That's a fantastic pass. But a great two-man tackle. Got to do it all again though. Still got a few tackles against him. Brent Sherwin. Not got a great try scoring record for Castleford. Rangi Chase been scragged down a bit there. Oh, it's a fantastic tackle by first Paul Cook and Chris Wellham from behind. Collapses into his man and wasn't looking behind him. You can't, of course, unless you've got eyes in the back of your head. And he was hammered by Chris Wellham. Headed feet down to Rovers at the scrum. That much vaunted defensively coming up to the task against to him by this Castleford Tigers side. No mean thrower about with this ball. They like to throw that ball about, it must be said. Jacobs then looking to make some yards away from his own line, and he's doing so. That's the second effort by the Castleford Tigers and the third effort by the Castleford Tigers, and Mr. Ewer eventually goes to his whistle and says, yep, 1 and 2 is alright, but 3 will penalise you. Fair enough, referee. Penalty to Rovers then. Paul Cook then makes some yards for Rovers. Takes it bang onto the 30 metre mark. Colburn. Fisher inside to Wheeldon. Wheeldon comes off that left peg and going to go dangerously towards that sideline. He always threatens when they start moving one way. Bit hard to stop. Fisher then inside to Michaeli Zoo. Michaeli bangs into a two-man tackle. Craigie will be one of those tacklers. Briscoe will look to dodge and duck. Looks slightly high again from the Castleford Tigers player, but just around his shoulders this time I think. Fisher inside to Dobson. Dobson misses his man up perfectly. Jake Webster, he panicked. What are you doing there, Jake? He's just got to think about it slightly. He had all the time in the world to run into the gap and take the time in putting the pass to the hands of the man waiting outside. I think Clint Newton was just telling Michael Dobson that. You made the right choice. It was Jake who messed it up. Jake's hands gone in the air. Since he did it, he knew he made the wrong choice there. Does it again, just tells the boys, sorry boys, it was my mistake, but we all know that. Let's see if we can't make up for anything in this Rovers defensive stint. Still the Rovers in the lead by just that 4 points to 0 then after the early score from Peter Fox in that far side. Tight game just as at the JJB last week with not a lot of scoring in the first half of course. Chris Feather bumps off little Ben Fisher there. Ben just bounces back to his feet and runs back to Gaines. That was a yard forward. Yeah, it was a yard forward. Still never mind. You get some, you win some, you lose some. I remember seeing one not 5 minutes ago to Michaeli Azul that looks a half a yard forward. On the halfway line then, Rovers players wrestle the Castleford Tigers to a stop. Rangi Chase. Sherwin. On to Big Mitchell Sargent. He is a big lad, can run his way and does so. Some good yards read for Castleford, but brought down well in a two-man tackle. Jake Webster being one of those tacklers. Brent Sherwood again with that little kick through. Oh, Sean Briscoe waiting till the very last minute there. Has found a gap as Briscoe tries to go through it, brought down. Joe Westerman having to go at the linesman there, saying I think they knocked that ball on, and I've got to be honest with you, so did I. Peter Fox can go. He can go! Oh, he's tapped. Oh, he gets back up to his feet. Having a look at the gap again. Great run from Peter Fox. That's the second effort from the Castleford Ranky chasing that far side. It's a lot easier for me to see it up here than it is him down there, it must be said. The KDU then brought down 43 metres from the Castleford Tigers try line, just inside their half of the field. Scott Wheeldon dips his shoulder, gains an extra 4 or 5 metres. Exhilarating run on that far side from Peter Fox has led to this opening for Rovers, and Clint Newton receives the ball. He's brought down 25 yards short on the last tackle for the Rovers. Ricardo Joe being subbed for Nick Fozzard. Dobbo puts that one up and there's a bit of snow on it. Well watched by James Ford, right into the breadbasket and took the ball well. Great tackle from Rovers. What's happened there? He just offloaded that ball last minute and Ranky Chase is trying to dance away, can't do so. Brought down in a 2-man Rovers tackle, 4 metres from his own line. 5 minutes to half time then, even still just an early score for Rovers. Some great defensive work on show from both sets of players though here at Craven Park, as James Evans on that far side looks to make some yards, and as we've said before, he's very deceptive, very hard to bring down. Is James Evans, strong man. Scott Wheeldon there looking to charge and set Mitchell Stringer into the stand. Just fails to do so, but does stop his momentum. Last tackle against the Castleford Tigers then. Sean Briscoe very aware. Oh, he shot that one quite easily. Oh, he's kind of, to me, he's wasted that one a little bit though. He did all the hard work in the side step and found some brilliant space for himself. Oh, Sean Briscoe dummied me. I was looking at Liam Colburn then. Liam Colburn, it was, yeah, will get the ball off a pass from Peter Fox, quite ironically. Fisher then in the acting half position. We'll look to score before half time. Tries to make some yards, he's doing so, but he's brought down just 35 metres from his own line. Ooh, that looked forward as well, got to be honest with you. Scott Wheeler now back to the floor on the 40 metre mark. Some good defensive work then from both sets of players here at Craven Park. Castleford just seemed to have that little bit of high touch. Jake Webster now, think about it Jay. Does so this time, just takes the run. Last tackle against the Rovers again then. All offside of the Castleford players, if he just thinks about it. Michael Dobson kicks into space again, got this pitch worked out. Chris Wellham's absolutely burning onto this ball. That is a fantastic tackle from Chris Wellham. Chris Wellham take a bow. And absolutely fantastic defensive work from young Chris Wellham. 22 years of age, deserved his spot in this side. If once Chev Walker come back, he was never going to go back in the centre, because Dave, in my opinion, the find of the Super League season is Chris Wellham.
Here, couldn't agree more. Chris Wellham, possibly England's number 4. So we could have the number 1, number 2 and number 4 in the England setup. Chrissy Wellham, fantastic. As Tony Smith was saying, he's one of the young players to watch. Everybody's been going on about the likes of Joe Westerman, etc., which is fair enough and justifiably so. But again, Chris Wellham, got to be one of the finds of the Super League season so far, without a doubt. As Rovers now trying to knock on the door and try and get a score just before half time. There's only a couple of minutes to go until the hooter, which I'm pretty sure we will actually hear properly here rather than at the JJB. Rovers now trying to exert some pressure on this Castleford line. Castleford defence has been top notch, although I think they have got away with a bit of messing about to play the ball and a couple of high shots, in all honesty. Mind you, I probably would say that, as I am a Rovers fan. Rovers then looking to get this ball over that try line. Scott Morrell sees a half gap, goes in, and surely that was a bit of a grapple. 5th tackle it is against the Rovers. Fisher then trying to kick the ball through. It was a bit of a nothing kick. He got caught as he was trying to kick it. Bit unlucky there was Ben Fisher. Scott Wheeldon it is, straight on the defensive duties, bringing the Castleford player down on the 10 metre line. Michael Wainwright trying to burst through, but he's brought down quickly. Joe Westerman it is, bringing the ball to the 30 metre line. Just trying to stick it the jumper at the moment, Castleford. Evans taking on the Rovers defensive line, getting some yards there. As Mike has been saying, he's a deceptive player, is Evans. Quite a big lad and got a bit of pace to burn. Good defence, good defensive set of 6 so far from Rovers. It's on the 5th tackle. It's another little kick through, and I think that'll probably will go dead, will that? Yes, and it does. Just on this side, so it'll be a 10 metre scrum. Good little kick that. And Castleford have well and truly played their part in a very entertaining first half here at Craven Park as the half-time hooter goes. Very entertaining game of rugby league here. We said it would be close, we said it would be tight, and that's proving to be the case. So half-time here at Craven Park, this Super League round. Hull Kingston Rovers 4, Castleford Tigers 0.